Well, howdy doody. Hey now. Hey. We're live this morning. It's good old Monday. Monday morning. The chart is already moving. It's been moving for a while. We got some news. Anytime you get news, the people get active in the news and they start moving around going, yep, let's get it. I don't know though. This is a lot of movement for overnight. I'm interested to see how the market absorbs this news once the market opens. I want to see how all the profit taking comes on, because I believe there's going to be some profit taking, and some of this stuff is probably going to pull back because people going like, oh, I'm up, and they're going to take their money. Want to see how much want to see if they take their money and they go on and they go on about their way. Yeah. Y'all see it's a big hop, slide to the right, big hop, slide to the right. The next big hop need to be a big drop. I don't know. The market will do what it do. I always get a little bit nervous when stuff comes out and it's told to us in times when the masses cannot take advantage of it. This is when I'm like, I don't really like. Good morning, Iola. I don't say I don't really like it, but I'm always a little leery when information comes out that the masses cannot take advantage of. So when I say that, what I'm saying is when information comes out after hours, then the options market can't take advantage of that. The futures market can. The people who are trading futures can, but for the most part, the futures market is not traded by retail traders. It's not traded necessarily by retail traders. So we don't take advantage of the futures market so much. Stocks and shares, not on the large scale. People buy stocks and buy shares, but on the large scale, stocks and shares are purchased by funds and big houses, and they're purchased by the million and billions. Those aren't things that come back by, again, retail traders aren't the ones that are taking advantage of buying shares and stocks, not in the large enough quantity to make the market move. But when the weekend comes and you see information, see those people who quote unquote benefit from those kind of moves aren't the retail trader. So when you pop out information like that on the weekend and when everybody can't benefit, then I'm just like, what we doing? What we doing? Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff already happening in the flow. In the flow. There's a lot of stuff already happening in flow. Yepper. Okay, so I wasn't on yesterday. It was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the folks. A lot of VIX calls coming in on flow. That's interesting that the VIX is coming in. The VIX calls are coming in. Means the VIX is going back up, because y'all see here, the VIX is up. The VIX is up. Did I include this? I believe I did. Let's hope I did. The VIX is up. Sorry. I'm looking at the wrong things. Looking at one thing and talking about something else. The VIX is not up. The VIX is down. The VIX is below 20, which we hadn't seen the VIX below 20 in a minute, right? We were up, the VIX was up in the 40s. the VIX was, up there 50s. We was up at the VIX. VIX is now at 19. This is like pre-new president VIX in the 19s. This is, yeah. Thank you, Ward, for the Mother's Day wishes. The VIX is at 1988, but see, again, I'm always leery. Tariff late if U.S. and China to slash tariffs for 90 days. And I think that'll be news for us to use today, but that'll, be of less interest here real quick. And it will be on to the next piece of news. But that's where the VIX is. The VIX is at 19. U.S. China agreed to slash tariffs. Tariff cuts mark a bottom for the rates, but pave the way for talks on fuller agreement. U.S. China deal doesn't tackle the big trade on small packages. U.S. China agreed for a 90-day pause in the trade war. Inflation data, that's the key. We've got some CPI and PPI data coming out this week. So I don't think this is, without intention. Trump set to accept a luxury jet as a gift from Qatar or from Qatar. That's interesting too. Accepting a luxury gift. Is the presidency accepting the gift, or is the man accepting the gift? Because is that the way that's supposed to go? Dollar climbs after the U.S. China slash tariffs. 10-year Treasury yield rises in wake of this pact. Trump vows to cut U.S. drug prices by up to 80%. Okay. Budweiser maker investor $300 million in U.S. facilities. All right. Dow futures soar 1,000 points as markets cheer U.S.-China pact. Pharma stocks tumble as Trump vows to cut the drug prices. That's what we got in Yahoo Finance. Looking at CNBC, everything is green across the board. No shock there. We did know that tariffs was going to be like all in the news, right? We did know that was going to be the case. European stocks rise following the U.S.-China deal to cut tariffs. Marks jumps 13%. Everything's green over in Europe. Probably everything green over in Asia. No shock there again. Hong Kong stocks surged nearly 3% after U.S. and China unveiled details of the trade deal. And crypto, Bitcoin is at 104,000. It's down 500, but it's still, 104,000 is still up there pretty good. Ethereum's up, Solana, Dogecoin, and XRP all are green as well. Let's look at the calendar for this week, though, because seems like we need to keep in mind that we still have economic headwinds, right? Even if we've got one thing happening, what some would say positive, there's still things that are facing us that we must consider. Yes. Good morning, Janae. We must consider. Hey, my day, Littlefield. Good morning. I think I saw another name show up in here too that I missed. Okay, so today we've got the Cleveland Fed inflation. Goodness, I'm trying to read the things too fast. Cleveland Fed inflation expectations. 10:25, we've got FOMC member Kugler's going to speak. At 2 o'clock, the federal budget balance and tentative loan officer survey. Tuesday, ding, 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 core CPI, consumer pricing index. Is that data and that information is going to come out tomorrow morning at 8:30, so before the market opens. Consumer pricing index, key piece of inflation data, comes out at 8:30 tomorrow, which is why it's a red folder. Wednesday, we've got FOMC people talking, Waller and Jefferson. Crude oil inventories really is an orange folder. And then daily will speak after the market closes. Thursday, we've got PPI, which is the producer price index, which is the one that usually gets hit first, is the producer price, and then it rolls down to the consumer. Another piece of key data for our inflation is their inflationary numbers. These things ain't got nothing to do with tariffs, right? This is these aren't, I don't say they aren't related, but they're not the same thing. One of these things is not like the other. So these numbers are still these numbers, right? This is the stuff that Jerome and his crew is trying to keep under control. right? They're working. This is not tariff stuff. This is still something that's a separate entity that we still need to be mindful of, right? So just we got some stuff coming this week that is news that could take all of our all the wind out of the sails. We're all excited about the US and China agreement, which I think is great that we've reached agreement. That conversation, as I've said multiple times, that conversation needs to happen. So if we're at least putting a stall on it while they talk, I think is great. I think that's necessary, but we still got other things we've got to be concerned about as well. PPI, CPI, retail sales, unemployment claims, all of that happens on Thursday morning before the market opens. And Powell is going to speak at 8:40 on Thursday morning. Let's see where he's speaking at. He's to deliver the opening remarks at the second Thomas Laubach Research Conference in Washington, D.C. As head of the central bank, he has more influence over the nation's currency value than any other person. Traders scrutinize his public engagements as they often used to drop subtle clues regarding future monetary policy. He's very tactful about not dropping no subtle clues. 9:15 capacity utilization rate. This is all Thursday. And then on Friday, we've got U of M, University of Michigan consumer stuff at 10. Okay, so couple red folders, CPI Tuesday, PPI on Thursday, University of Michigan on Friday. Of course, we got tariff stuff happening today. This is what our week looks like as we move forward. What does today have for us? 1025 Kugler is going to speak, 3-month and 6-month bill auction, loan officer survey, the WASDE report, and the federal budget balance. That's all happening today in investing.com. Let's go look at what earnings we have this week. We also have that going. Yeah, China did confirm that they're also reducing down to 25% for 90 days. So this has been a both-sided thing. We both agreed to put a little halt on this while we keep talking. This is earnings for this week. Again, thank you to Earnings Whispers for always giving us this nice graphic. These are the earnings coming up most anticipated for this week. This morning, we got Monday.com. They always report on Monday. Interesting. Company called Monday reports on Monday. Sport Trader, Fox, NRG, Chegg, Rockwell, Cedril, Citum X, Dole, and Arenia is all this morning before market opens. After market close, Rigetti, y'all know we got shares of Rigetti. It needs to go on and do its good work. Go on, Rigetti, run, baby, run. Plug, which is in the EV space, ASTS, Space Mobile. Archer seems to be in the news a bit. I think Nancy Pelosi, this is what, air taxi or something like that. It's been popped up a few times. I've seen it pop and make names or hear it in the headlines. Has earnings this afternoon as well. Pennant Park, NewScale, Hertz, Microvast, Blink, and Petrobras. All this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, we've got JD.com, SEA. Well, SE is the ticker. CyberArk, Honda is tomorrow, Honda Motor Company. Under Armour is tomorrow morning. Camtech. On. I thought this was those On Cloud shoes, but this is different. On. Landstar is tomorrow morning. Intuitive Machines and Tencent Music Entertainment is tomorrow. Tuesday after market closes, we've got Karman Space and Defense, KRMN. Oklo, New NU, Grail, Gevo, Excelsis, SurgePays, Avino, KinderCare, and Capricorn. Wednesday morning, we've got Sony, ARS Pharmaceutical, Tencent, which I think this is the Tencent that makes apps. Maybe they're both. Maybe this is two pieces, Tencent here, and then the Tencent Music, the same people. Dynatrace, Endava, Celebrite, Drilling Tools, European Wax Center, Radcom, and Star Equity Holdings. That's Wednesday morning before the market opens. Wednesday after close, Cisco, CoreWeave, Iris Energy, The Metals Company, Next Tracker, CSWC, Luminar, Front View, North American, and Jack in the Box, the food people. I didn't know they were still open. Thursday morning, we got Walmart, Alibaba, MarexGambling.com, John Deere, nice, Birkenstock, them Birkenstocks. We were in the mall yesterday in the Birkenstocks. Whew. Anyway, NetEase, Zeekr, Canadian Solar. Thursday aftermarket closes. Applied Materials, AMAT, Kava, CAVA. Take Two is Thursday after close. Doximity, Galactic, Credit Corp. I almost say Galactica, but that's something else. Credit Corp, Globant, KULR, Core, and Fit Life. That's Thursday after close. And then Friday before the market opens, we've got Codier, Flowers Foods, RBC Bearings, Atson, Mastech, and Brady. I'm thinking the ones that are most anticipated during this week is probably Applied Materials, Walmart, Alibaba, Cisco. Probably is one that's going to be anticipated. Probably a few others. Maybe Hertz. That's what's going on this week, though, as far as earnings go. Okay, that's what's going. Let's swing back to the chart before I go where I'm going, because I got a few more stops to make. I wasn't on here yesterday, so I got to cover all of my bases from last night. I hope y'all had good Mother's Days yesterday, good Mother's Day weekend, because you don't have to be just one day. Because listen, us mothers, we work all year. We ought to be honored all year. We ought to be honored all year. But yes, I had a good day. My children hung out with us. We went to breakfast, or really was brunch by the time we were seated and eating. And then we spent some more time together. It was good. It was a good day. It was a good day. Okay, so there's with the chart. The chart is, we're kind of chilling up here at the 5830s right now, probably waiting for the market to open in 30 minutes. We'll see what happens there. Let's go on through our slides. Let's see what Adam had to say this morning. All targets are hit. Last Wednesday, SPX broke out a bull flag, and I warned to hold the runners. I gave 3 targets Saturday for it: 57.50, 57.76, 58.30. 58.30 has been hit. We gapped up, dipped to 57.10, 57.15. Sorry, dipped to 57, gapped. Oh, I'm saying gapped and dipped. Which is it? We gapped up and then dipped to 57.10, 57.15 support exact, and then we ran. Plan today, ride your runners, wait for the dip. 58.46, 58.80 is where we're going basically. If SPX wants more, 57.95 is support. We will dip below that. And we're currently at 58.35. So 57.95 is support. We're going to dip below that. The gap between ES and SPX is about 20 points. It hasn't, the nomenclature for the ES hasn't changed yet. So if you're looking at Adam's tweets or his X's, if you're looking at his tweets, you can take 20 points off of his numbers. That will give you SPX numbers. If you're looking to trade XSP, the range there is about 579 to 588. Definitely we'll keep our eye on how things play out today, because there seems to be people are gonna go into the market with a good little bit of not levity, a good bit of increased joy. They're gonna go into the market with a lot of increased joy. Because of all the positive news, people are going to go in wanting to go and get some good, lot of calls and a lot of upwards movement going. I'm going to share with y'all something real quick. I'm looking at capital flow. It's a flow resource that shows in real time. I want to see if we should be able to see. Is this coming in? Yep, this is all today. I want y'all to see how to use capital flow. Where are we? There we go. Share my screen. I'm going to remove this and share capital flow. Capital Flow is a flow service that shows in real time the orders that are coming in. So I'm looking here. I'm not sure if y'all can see it. It's kind of small for you. There we go. I hope y'all can see that. It's a black screen. But these are order flow that's coming in. You see 512, which is this morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. There are orders coming in. This is just all SPX right now. And these are all put flow coming in. 5,800 calls coming in, 5,830. 5,800, 5,850 calls. So this is the flow that's coming in. But I wanted to show you up at the top, like what are the top premium, the top contracts by premium. Seems like the VIX is the major thing that's getting flow coming in right now for where the orders are coming in. VIX puts and VIX calls. But some of these are, the dates are out into June. XSP has some. These are the top contracts coming. But then you look at the top here. Overall, what's coming in is calls 141 million and put flow is 64 million. So as of 9:03, there's over double the amount of call premiums coming in than there is put premium. But what's great about Capital Flow, and this flow service, I think, is one of the best. I did a video on the different flow services, you know, where you can see real time where the big money is going in real time. I did a video. You can check my YouTube channel. Speaking of which, go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel while I'm mentioning that. But I did a video where I compared several flow services, and Capital Flow was really the best, definitely one of the best, because especially for the price point and for what it gave you in information. But real time, you can see where the money is going. And even if I didn't put, I have it filtered by SPX because that's what we trade, but you can filter it by whatever. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. You can filter it by whatever stock you want to filter it by, or you can just leave it. I can take this off and then it'll show me all the stocks that are popping. Like as any stock is being purchased or being used, it'll show me every one of them. It'll show like everything that's coming as it comes in and flow. Is a good way to see before the market opens. It's a good way to see where is the money going before the market even opens. Like where are we doing? What we doing? You can see real time. What are we doing? So anyway, capitalflow.app. Capitalflow.app is there. So you can see right off where is the money going? Where is the money going? And then you can see top contracts by premium. This is a very helpful service. You want to see where folks sit putting their money. It seems like VIX is where all the money's going. The top contracts right now by premium seem to be going into the VIX. 22 puts, 20 puts. Anyway, I don't want to like assess what's happening now. I just wanted to share with you that this is a service that as a trader you can be utilizing before the market opens to see what's going on. But let's go back to look at what Adam had to say. So we got Adam's stuff here. Adam's talking about what's happening. He gives tweets, obviously. He's a level-to-level trader of the ES. Trades as a buyer of options. I'm a seller of options, so I'm looking on the other side of things to see where price won't go. So if price is running up, me and my crew looking at put credit spreads. We'll ride with y'all, but I want to know where price won't come back to. I can make my money while it moves. I don't have to watch the move. I just don't want it to come back into my zones. That's how the sellers do it over here. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. You can watch Adam over there. I wanted to share with you how our results went for last week. Where we at on time? Yeah, because I want to swing back to those charts soon enough, and I will get back to the charts right before the market opens. So I'm sure I'll still be here when the market opens because I want to see how it goes. All right, how it goes is last week our trades list did 93%. Go ahead and clap. Go ahead and clap. Go ahead and clap. Yes. 93% win rate on the trades list last week. Yes. Only one that didn't ride with us properly last week was AbbVie. It fell back. I think it closed at like 183 or 185. Everything else on this list was profitable. All right. It was a pretty good size list too. It's a pretty good size list. 14 of 15 profitable trades last week. Yes, yes. I use the Peakbot watch list. I come up with the strikes, but I use the Peakbot watch list. Y'all know I'm an influencer for Peakbot, peakbot.com/E2T. Profitable. I mean, Peakbot is for automated trading. I don't automate all of these. I do have automated trades with Peakbot, but I don't automate all of these because that would be a lot of money. But I don't automate all of these. But this is what our list looks like for last week. 93% win rate. Woo woo. But if you're looking for automated trading, if you know that you want to be able to trade spreads and you know you don't have the time to enter, exit, or you're not too sure if your skill level is where you want it to be, your experience level, and you want it to be done, but you don't want it done for yourself, Peakbot will enter and exit for you. All right. Use my link in the comments, peakbot.com/E2T. Let me see. I should have a banner down here that could also run. There we go. Show it. Show it. We could run that. Go ahead and show it. There we go. Oh, I need to edit that because it says use Peakbot, and that's no longer the link. Peakbot updated. They updated themselves to get the peakbot.com. That's what they have for their link, peakbot.com/E2T. Okay. So anyway, you can get automated trading. So the trading can happen for you and you just can let your money be working for you. All righty. So there we go. 93% win rate last week. This is our list for this week. Now, this extra news today might move some stuff. So we'll definitely look at it again. We've got gold, Microsoft, SPY, and V. Those are on the put credit spread or the bullish list anyway. So I'm not going to be shocked if they stay in their bullish area. I'm not sure how gold will respond in the midst of this bullish environment because gold kind of has been a haven. So it may be a pullback item. We'll have to see. Gold is was at its resistance anyway. We'll have to look at that one. But call credit spread or the bearish list, Johnson & Johnson, Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, and Exxon. I think oil and fuels move a bit. They're more bullish in this space. So Exxon, when I looked at that chart yesterday anyway, I felt like Exxon was kind of in the middle. It could really go both ways. It was changing over from being bearish to bullish. So I, talked to my community about looking at the bullish side or looking at put credit spreads. So this is some of these that you definitely assess the chart, which anyway, even if I give this list, even when I give this list, I tell my folks, and I'm telling you here, that you still should look at this chart and determine whether you still like these strikes and you still like the direction before you enter these trades. We don't enter this list blindly. I don't enter this list blindly, and I'm the one who created the list. Okay, I still go and check these charts before we enter the trade. I will go look at the stop, but I'm going to look at the strikes to make sure those strikes are still holding up before I enter, because this list is created over the weekend and it's based on price action from last week. So now we'll see, what does Monday look like? What does today look like? What does tomorrow look like? And then we enter after that. All right. So you still go check out the chart, right? Don't just enter blindly. Oh, she said 133, 134 on Pepsi. No, go look at the Pepsi chart first. Okay. Okay. Don't do that to yourself. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. That's not the way that works. All right. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Looking at last week, how did our SPX 0 DTE go? Green, green, and more green last week. We had a fully green week last week. Profitable every day last week on the SPX 0 DTE results. I put a poll into my YouTube channel asking what kind of content did we want on the YouTube channel. And what I saw by and large, was the people wanted to see what is some strategies and stuff with the credit spreads and 0 DTE. So I'm recording videos again this week, and they will go to the editor. So we'll see about putting in some strategies into the YouTube channel, so we can maybe get some strategies that go along so you can see what we're doing. But this all happens within my membership. I said before, and I'll say me, bit.ly/E2T dash membership. Okay. Come on. Act right. Act right. There we go. Okay. So all happening in the membership. This is where we're doing all of this. And I'm teaching, guiding, training. We trading together. We call out these numbers. We trade them together. All the stuff goes together, but it's happening inside the membership. So if that's something you think you want to be a part of, that's where we at doing it. All right. I'm not doing any outside trainings. I have trainings that have been created that you can purchase as videos and do it yourself first. But if you really want to be in the live environment, that live environment is happening inside of the membership. Okay. But that's how last week went. We $3,400 last week was made. It was made. Yes. It was added to the accounts last week using SPX. Thank you, SPX. Thank you, overall market. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Go ahead and grab your 3 things to check before you trade. You can get it from the freebies area. E2tfreebies.com. Let me put this there. E2tfreebies.com. Then I'm going to the chart here in a minute. The SPX 500, SPX is just kind of sitting right now. It's trying to wait to see what is going on. E2tfreebies.com. 3 things to check before you trade. There's other free things over there you can grab as well. And we talked a little bit about chart. I'm actually going to go to the chart first before I go here. But I kept saying I was going to bring in this month's chart pattern, the spinning top pattern. You need to know how to chart, or at least know some good basics on what you're looking at on these charts. The way this volatility in this market is going right now, you need to know what you're looking at. All right. You need to see some patterns, have 1 or 2 that you can identify real good, reversal patterns, continuation patterns, something you can look at. All right. Because this is not the environment to be just guessing and hoping and fully depending on someone else. You need to be able to lean to your own understanding as well. All right. This is what SPX 500 is looking like right now. We've been in this zone now since 3 o'clock this morning, looks like. Kind of been hanging, pull back, pull up, hanging. So let's say definitely since about 7, we've been in this consolidation area trying to figure out, I guess, where we're going next. The 9-period moving average is flat. The 20-period moving average is flattening out too. I'm on the 15-minute chart, so we're just kind of cooling. Let's go see what SPY looks like, which is probably going to look a lot like SPX. That's what they do. They look alike though. Okay. Big pop when the pre-market opened. We had a big gap up and we're just kind of sitting still. 581.43. It's gone up as high as 582.50. Well, maybe a little bit higher. Went up to 582.96. So just below 583. And it's kind of been sitting in the 581.50 area. We closed on Friday at 564. So we're at a big jump. Right? About 14 points. So we definitely, I would not be surprised if there is some significant profit taking in this space when the market opens. We'll see what kind of, I don't know if the gap will fill, but gaps like to fill. Gaps do like to fill. We put on the daily chart. Okay, I want you to see where we were and where we are. Right? SPY closed down here at 564. It popped up here. It's currently now at the 581. That's 17 points. We're going to be up here. But we're going to have a huge gap to somehow come back and fill. There's some support in the 575 area. So when it tries to come back through, it's going to run into a little bit of support here. Triple Q. Triple Q closed at 487. 487. Nope, I didn't want you to do that. 487.94 is where it closed. Yep, 487.94, and it is currently at 506. Almost 20 points higher than it was. That's going to be a pretty big gap up as well, just like it was on SPY. There's this gap right here. It's going to need some filling underneath. Come on. Just need to know, oh, there's some of it that's already filled. Yepper, there's another one that's been left behind. This is gonna be a wait till the market open and see how it do. See how it do. Now let's look at IWM. I know that wasn't good grammar. We'll see what it does, because it's gonna have to go. We basically this is a good area for us sellers. We like to one of the things we do is we watch, because sellers don't have to rush in. We got time on our side. We don't have to rush in. We can wait and see how it plays through, and then we can make our move. We watch and then we strike. See what's going on, and then we come on in and go, oh yeah, thank you. Where will you not go? IWM is currently at 209. It's actually come down some, because in the pre-market, let me go look here, because I saw it earlier and it was at 210. So like here, it had gone up. I don't think I looked at triple Q with the smaller time frame to see where it actually went. But IWM has gone up as high as 211 and started to pull back some. So currently we're at 209. It's at 209. I always say we like I'm there. It's at 209, leaving some gaps behind along the way too that will need to be jumped to. It opened up at like 207 this morning, and now it's at 209. Let me go back to triple Q so I can see it on a smaller time frame. Yeah, triple Q went up as high as 508, but it is currently at 507.14. Again, the 9-period moving average is kind of leveling off. All the moving averages are spread wide. That's because of the big jump, but the 9 is leveling off. This is a 15-minute chart, so it's been in this space for a couple of hours where it's just been kind of ranging. Basically, doing as I said, waiting to see what happens next. IWM, I'm watching because we have a trade that we entered on Friday that now we need to see. I'm going to want to see. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's a little bitty gap down here that was created in the pre-market. With all this price movement, all this activity. Okay, let's go back to SPX 500, see what it's doing right now, since that's the way we can see. That's the way we get to see what's happening in the pre-markets. 58.43 seems to be some resistance. 58.31, which is where we are right now, is also some support resistance area. Hey, Drew. See what I got down here before I go back. We're going to watch the open together here. Chart Your Way to 100K is a training for charting. I've talked about it when I come on in the morning. I'm going to keep talking about it because charting is something that we need. And if you don't think you need it, if you don't think you need charting, then your time as a trader as a profitable trader is going to be short-lived. Because even if you're somebody who does know how to chart, you still need to keep learning how to chart. because it's a real skill that continues to need developing. But I have a training, Chart Your Way to 100K, over at my on my website, educatortotrader.com. And if you don't know how, it's a great resource for beginners, intermediate, and even slightly advanced, because I start with the basics. I go into chart patterns, I go into indicators, and I even teach you how to use the information that you learned on whatever strategy that you're using. So I walk you all the way through the information and then say, if you're trading this strategy, this is how you use the information that you learned, right? So I walk you from beginning to how do you actually apply it. Definitely is an ongoing process. If you think it's not, then you are mistaken. It's definitely an ongoing process. All right. SPXplaybook.com is the strategy that we use in the afternoon, especially if you're going to trade power hour. If you don't want to be exposed to SPX all day long, you just want to come in when the heat is on, then SPX Playbook is what you might want to get into. The strategies that we trade inside of our membership that I coach is weekly credit spreads, daily SPX spreads, cash secure puts, and covered calls. Cash secure puts, those are doing well. We actually did cash secure puts last week. Some of us got assigned some shares because that was on purpose, right? We were okay with getting assigned because we either were bringing our cost basis down or we believed they were going to go up, and we're going to trade covered calls on those. And now stuff is popping. So we're going to be able to trade covered calls, sell covered calls against them. So this is positive. Okay. One-on-one coaching. If that's something you're looking for and you need, we've got I do one-on-one coaching with you to identify where you are, what you need, what you're looking for. And then how do we guide you and navigate you into this space to being profitable? Consistently profitable is what I want for the people who are hanging out with me. Consistent profitability, which is what we're definitely accomplishing the task. If you've been following me on social media, and hopefully you are, I'm at Educator to Trader in all of the places. But if you've been following me, you've been seeing I've been posting some of the gains, even from the people in my membership, that it's not just me who's making money each day and every afternoon. It's people in my membership as well. We're doing this together. We do better together. All right. If you need one-on-one coaching, go to my website, educatortotrader.com, and grab you a seat, grab you a spot. Follow me on LinkedIn, if you will. Okay, I'm going back to the charts because the market is going to open here in a minute, and I'm kind of wanting to see. We still just kind of languishing here. We're still kind of languishing right here to see, where are we? It don't want to move yet. I don't want to move yet. Let's see what capital flow is showing us. Let's go back to that while we wait. Did I close that? What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Yep. Can y'all see that? I'm going to keep the flow flowing. We're going to ride through the open. The put premiums are picking up. It was in the 60s when we looked at it before. Now it's in the 70s. Call premium seems to be holding steady. Maybe picking up a little because it was 140, I think it was before. See, top contracts, what are those starting to look like? The VIX is still XSP, which is interesting that XSP is showing up. Let me put on 0 DTEs too. I think I might have a filter on that I want off. Nope, I think we're good. A lot of SPX, but the SPX is still showing a lot of calls. We see a lot of green happening here. The 0 DTEs. I want the weeklies so I can see SPX. SPXW. I don't know if we can see any of the other stocks this early. Let's see if I put in NVIDIA, what do we get? If we put something else in here, do we see anything? Those might not populate till right at 9:30. It's what, 9:28? The VIX flow is mixed, puts and calls. Let me go see where is the VIX right now. Still in the 19s. Folks excited about the day. Let's see. 19.6. Our group meets on we definitely meet on Thursday for training. We meet on Sunday evenings for charting call. And we have live trading days through the week. I don't have a set time for those, but we jump on calls through the week during the daytime while the market is open. We jump on. The market just opened. We jump on calls so we can trade together. I don't know. Is there a calendar or something for Trump? We do YouTube live 3 times a week. At this point, my teaching schedule is getting ready to shift for summer B after I come off my summer break. So we'll have to see what my YouTube schedule looks like after when I go back into the classroom for the summer B time frame. But those are the times that we meet. Does somebody have a calendar thing, Janae, that talks about the Trump's schedule? This is opening range high, opening range low. If you're interested in joining, though, I say you come on in. Especially if you already have knowledge of credit spreads, you would be all right. It's going to be a little... If you don't have knowledge of credit spreads already, you'll have to do some learning to really take good full advantage of everything. But I think that can be done too, just a desire to do it. Previous day high. I'm moving my chart. I'm doing my 6 lines for those who are in the community. You know about your 6 lines. I'm doing mine from Friday, and we got a big old gap. That's now. Gap goes from the close of one candle to the open of the other, and then pull back off of price action. And at this point, that's what's left of a gap. 58.11. Yep, it needs to drop right on back down under that 58 would be fine with me. Then cool. Yep, Carla, I know I've seen your name before. So yep, come on in. Come on in. Don't as they say, study long, study wrong. You need to come on in. You could be making money with us now, because the strategy we have is not difficult, but it does include some steps. So you got to come on in so you can work the process with us. Everything you need, we'll get you everything you need. We try to practice no man, no woman left behind. We try to practice that. Okay. Looks like SPX has opened. Oh, come on, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Stop it. Let's see what, even though they all gonna look about the same. This is triple Q opening. People taking their money. This is the 15-minute chart. People saying, yep, give me my money. Give me my money. Yep, falling off the bone, as they say. All righty. I'm going to wrap us up. Our elite options dude says that likely going to pull back to 5,800 as profit takers stepping in right at the open. If we can hold 5,800, we can move. If we hold 5,800, if we can't hold 5,800, we'll see a move to 5,770. Otherwise, we can go up to 58.80, 58.50. I'll send that message to the people who need to see it. To the folks who need to see what need to be seen. All right. Here's our declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my accounts growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All right. Okay, everybody. So again, I want us to have a great green day. I want us to stay green. I want us to get this money. And listen, above all else, I want you to trade what you see, not what you hope to see, not what you think you see. Trade what you see. All right. I will see you in the market. Those in my community, I will see you in the chat. Bye-bye.